Hello, hello. Good evening. So, let's do some ghost checks. And at the same time, also sort of start thinking about what to do next once ghost check is over with. Got my list here. I'm not sure myself. But we'll need a third thing just to mix it up a bit. For now, though, let's check some ghosts. Ghosty ghosts. We'll also finish Rune Factory 4 fairly soon, I expect. There's not much left that I want to do in that game, aside from like getting through the various dating quests and finally marrying someone, which might need a lot of just random waiting because the marriage things have random things that need to happen. Anyway, we're not playing Rune Factory right now, we're playing this game. Let's get on with it. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the Minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing. Now I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up her death row inmate. My darling angel, oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing! Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out in the night to play? A daughter after my own heart, but I must confess, I didn't even notice you were gone. I didn't go out to play. I want to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out dating this late at night. My fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. But look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here's to the feverish passion of my darling angel. Mama? Yes, darling? Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight, Emily. I hate you. Looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. Emily wants to call her father. Well, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. Oh boy. Let me do this. Oh, that was easy enough. A phone! Of course it wouldn't be this easy. Emily, I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Emily. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know? All you do is write weird novels. What do you mean, weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Now you've really made me angry, you really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? I hate you! There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous, like calling your father. I hate you. I can hear you, you know. Phew, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady so Emily can call. Not gonna stop typing, is she? No. Better not put out the lamp right now. It'll only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. If I want to give Emily a chance to use the telephone, I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. Okay, so that's not one that can actually flip anything. Now that's a crafty rat. Well, having a good time, are we, you little rodent? Sweet dreams. Ow, harsh. Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? So much for that. Poor rat. Oh heavens, a blackout at a critical time like this? Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you. Inner wine? Gross. Ah, what a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. I don't exactly know how this situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious, but now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. The lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on her desk before? The poor thing, destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. What a naughty chandelier. Can't do anything while she does that. Can I maybe make it burn brighter first, and then while it burns brighter? It goes out when that was close. Okay, so I see. Brutal, but all right. Ooh, my lady, man. She's got the moves. Such insolence. Nice. This lady's surprisingly quick. She dodged that thing like a pro. I guess I'd better get serious here. I was thinking of burning her hair or something. But I don't think that's... I can't get over there. Is it insolence or insulation? Whatever, I'll look it up tomorrow. Yeah. Don't do anything anymore, as I suspected. It clearly wants me to burn it brighter and then do something while that happens, but the only thing that I see that actually does anything is this. But I already tried that. And then it doesn't burn brighter anymore. And while she's doing that, I can't actually move. Well, I don't know. Does the burning brighter actually do anything? No, it doesn't look that way. Going more, but it doesn't solve anything. Oh goodness, look at the time! As I bask in my tale of love, time must be moving on at the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she still can hear this, eh? This won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. Something else can distract her with. Maybe I can bring it down. No, because maybe, I don't know. Okay, so she goes back, she cranks it up. Maybe I can, while she's walking, chime the thing. This lady in general is just impressive. No, so okay, that doesn't work. I don't know. There's nowhere else that I can reach, right? Yeah. There's nothing underground, is there? Yeah, and once I make it fall, I can't actually move, so it's not like I can get down. Nothing to be done for this, since she never actually throws anything away. I'm very confused. Can't make her, like, hair burn or anything either. So now it's burning bright, but that doesn't actually help me. Yeah, it just resets. Kind of at the end of my ropes here. This burning brighter really does nothing for me. And once I do this, it just sets. So, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I see. I see. Something, maybe. To do this. Oh, yeah. Just had the timing right. Emily, Emily, help me! Mama! I'm sorry, Mama, I'm too dizzy, I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Here is to the weakness of my darling angel. The chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. Won't be able to escape on her own. What if I make it burn brighter? No, I can't. That's a shame. Help! Help! What? What is going on here? Emily, look! Do you see this? Help me, please! Sorry, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning, so I guess you'll just have to stay up there spinning too. Lady. Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now the little girl can call her father. The only trouble is, she can't reach it. I guess I'll just have to deliver it to her. Yep. That's right, the angle of those candles. I saw something very similar just recently, didn't I? Now I really owe that poor aunt an apology, but this might be a really good chance for me too. I have to get the phone to Emily. There we go. Mama, what in the world is going on here? Oh, goody. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? It'll only be a minute. Ah! Don't you dare, Emily. I won't have it. Hello, Papa? Emily! Is that you? Of course it is, silly. What do you think? But they said you were... Oh, never mind. It's nothing. Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa. Birthday? Oh, right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Oh, your mean old Mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now? Well, she's certainly up all right. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. Get me down. She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Emily. I'm the one who was wrong. Huh? Should you tell your mother I'm sorry? What do you have to be sorry about? I was just about to make a terrible mistake, but it's alright now. Oh, okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see? Okay. But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. I don't think I did anything, but okay, I'll apologize. That's a good girl. Okay, Papa, have a good night. I love you. Love you too, Emily. Good night, sweetheart. Mama, I'm sorry. My goodness, why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand. Oh, Emily. I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels. Makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right, I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try to actually reading them. What? Oh, maybe you better wait until you're a little older for that. Okay. So, Emily, if you're feeling a little more charitable toward old Mama, do you think you could let me down? You know, I would love to do that, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline, it looks like the only thing pressing on me will this chandelier. Here is to Papa, Mama's darling angel. All of a sudden, everybody's getting along again. Such an abrupt change. I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camellia is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office, where everybody is waiting for the prison van. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camellia is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is still just as furrowed as ever, quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. Depths. The atmosphere in his room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is gonna happen. I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake, and for mine. No need to thank us, Miss Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? But one question. I can't help but notice your daughter is safe. And yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. Nope. Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit I do exist? That thank you I expressed, that was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now, but I had no idea there were the powers of the dead or ghosts. Known? Known about what? We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others. A manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jowd. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. Of course you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd. Right, they don't share too much top secret information with the inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common. They do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible. Impossible? The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. How could that be? The theory that unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. Manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act. According to the inspector, the first case of this kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective. They're trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake. What? You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? Suppose everybody here has the right to know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that the Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanella, when you first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist, and I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective John's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. For some reason, Mr. Minister is really difficult for me to pronounce. Mr. Minister. What's going on? This document. What am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Wait, don't deliver that document. That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began. Well. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated. My memory of that event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? Signing execution orders is a part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would be crumbled. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So, in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose. But it sounds a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know I should have. Was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out. And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. And that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else beside me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk bomb. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. But I never imagined that tonight I will find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from. Inspector Cabanella, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. Spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What did you say? Zhao, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too. I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. Spirit? Ghost? Gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector! This is Lin, I'm at the park. Been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is kind of difficult to explain. Tissel, if you're here, come to the park immediately. It looks like your help is needed, Sissel. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Can I first talk to Zhao? I can. I never saw that coming. The minister was being controlled, huh? I'm truly sorry, Detective Zhao. I have no excuse to offer you. You know, maybe it was all for the best. What do you mean? If you had never been manipulated, you never would have believed the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? It just goes to show you, you never know when even the worst things can turn out good. Detective Zhao, I don't know what to say. Alright, Sissel, you better go help Lin. She's a good kid, but she's got a habit of taking on other people's problems. Yeah, I know. Let's see, she's in Temsic Park, eh? Lin calls and I oblige. I take off toward Temsic Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything, Detective Zhao's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lin have been manipulated into shooting me? Oh yes. Temsic Park, the site of the little lady Camelia's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead, but what did she find? And why didn't she wait by the phone? Huh? What's he doing here? Let me spend a moment's time with you. The world will not end and the food delivery is a little late. Or something. Little late, it's already ice cold. Oh. Oh, there you are, Cecil. From your dejected expression I gather, you didn't find what you were looking for. Right, I can't find the music box anywhere. But I found something else instead. Something horrible. Horrible? What is it? There, in the grass. You better see for yourself. It looks like a dead body. I nearly died when I saw it. And I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we? Nope, I suppose not. A dead body, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. You there! You're talking to me, aren't you? I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in. I urge you to peruse it thoroughly. Examine it in detail. Never mind that right now. Do you remember your name? My name. But does my name matter when there are more important things to worry about? Okay. Come now and study these tracts with me, my brother. Come and learn about the Rock of the Gods with me. The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young. Look, I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death. So let's go back to 4 minutes before your death. And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in this park and defend it. Okay, and what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned? You still don't appear to understand. It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet in great detail. Excuse me, but I have to use the restroom. I'm coming. Just hold on. It'll be right here. I'll be right here. I've located a target, beauty. A girl of the right age, coming out of the right apartment building at the right time. Yes, my dear, I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me? Oh gods, what do I do? What should I do? I have to do something. What in the world? What just happened? That's Mino. Mino? Mino the mascot, the symbol of Temsik Park. Forget about the name of that thing, of that big creepy lump of concrete. Talking about the way it changed direction. Did you see that? Yes, I did. We witnessed it with our own eyes. The power of the Rock of the Gods. That was the power of the gods. The power of the gods saved the little girl. And then that same power very deliberately crushed you instead. Yes, precisely. That is called the mischief of the gods. Was it the mischief of the gods, or was it a ghost trick? Nah, it couldn't have been a ghost trick. No ghost trick could change direction of something that heavy mid-air. But wait a minute. What if there was somebody with much greater powers than me? So many plot twists. And it only gets more twisty. Right. Look at that, there's another flame besides mine. Ooh, so that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. Your spirit is a flame too, isn't it? Yeah, so? Pardon me, but are you a god? I sincerely doubt it. At the last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. It was probably that flame's doing. What could it be? I definitely believe it's either a god or somebody god related. Maybe I better try talking to this person. Hey, Bibble. What the? This person with much greater powers than me. It's you? Hey! Cecil! Oh my, it's Cecil! You look well for being dead. Did you see it? Did you see what I did? I did it. I tried really hard and I did it. I saved Miss Camellia. Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog? Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead? I'm glad you asked. After Miss Camellia went out and you left, I worked like crazy to make my own path and I did it. And then I followed Miss Camellia out into the big wide world. And then here at this park, I found her at last. Yes, you guessed it, I barked out, you bet I did. And I went running after her too. Wow, dude, not cool. And then I guess I died. And then I was unconscious for a little while. When I came to, it was all over. Oh, poor Miss Camellia. Crushed under that big scary lump. Oh, what have I done? So sorry, little lady. Please forgive me. Miss Camellia! I had to rescue Miss Camellia. It was, something. I cried out from the depths of my heart, and then... I can't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right? Better than probably anybody else could. And I remember what you did for me, how you saved me. So, you went back, right? Back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death? You bet I did! Here is where it gets really fucking complicated. Yes, my dear, I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Now is my chance. I thought I saw the core. I don't know, it looks pretty far. I stretched out my paw towards the core. Ooh, how I felt at that moment. I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel, go ahead and try for yourself. I can't believe it. How could you connect over such a great distance? Well, they don't call me a missile for nothing. And so then you manipulated that Mino thing and threw it aside? Right on top of my head. Well, no, actually. Huh? I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel. You can't? And how did you... I didn't know what to do. Then I happened to see something out of the corner of my eye. And it had a core, too. A single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to that leaf. What in the world? I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is. Swap things with the same shape? Go ahead and try it. Touch the swap button. That's incredible. And so that's how you saved your mistress, is it? And that's how I became caught up in this, is it? I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager. Meager? Because you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. It was something with the exact same shape stuck in the branches of a tree. Hey, you're right. If Mino could be swapped again with that, then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head. Now, what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf. Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino. So, why didn't you swap them? I couldn't. I can stretch out my paw a little further than you can, Sissel. But this was just too far for me. I couldn't reach. I must admit, it's a fascinating spectacle of death, if I do say so myself. I kept trying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do. I bet there's something you can do now. Huh? If we work together, you and me. Sissel, you think so? I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. You think you could help me? Of course! Naturally! So we're going to drop that Mino thing in a different spot. Okay, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before. Alright, let's get started. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Mino with the leaf, and then you have to swap Mino with something else. Something with the same shape. Oh, I believe that's a rugby ball. Okay, rugby ball, huh? But with the rugby ball where it is now, Missile can't reach it. So that means I have to move it closer somehow. It looks like you and I will have to work together on that one. Okay, I'm ready. Whenever you want to use my swap trick, just touch the icon. That way you'll be able to control me. And then if you can touch the icon, control will come back to me. By the way, you can switch between us with select too. Select, huh? I'll remember that. Okay, let's go. Alright, Missile. Your powers are the key this time. Hey, I'm ready. You can swap anything that has the same shape. Just call on me if you find anything you want to try. Probably the best thing to do is just try a bunch of things and see how it goes. Right. So, nothing there. And I already fucked up. Fuck. I fucking didn't remember that it would disappear immediately. Thought it would stay. That was the quickest fuck up I've ever had. Amazing. Can Missile actually, if we go, yeah, he's... It's too heavy now. Maybe because of the swap I made. I guess little ball is about all the weight I can handle. Ooh, here you come already. I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes. Thanks. When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand. Otherwise, you'll definitely regret it. And now the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed. I've been thinking, if you could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished. It won't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over. Stop him, eh? Oh. Up this shit. Oh, fuck. I remember this is an annoying one with... because I don't really know which of the fucking balls I have to swap. God damn it. Okay, so what's happening over here? Don't even get there now. Oh. Look at this funny flattened ball. It's the same shape as that horrible Mino, but it's too far to swap. Even this ball is starting to look horrible to me. We have to find a way to get this ball closer to that Mino thing. Knock it down from the tree, I say. Must be something we can do. Can't switch to leaflets either. Get the fuck away from that. Okay. What do you think of my lightning fast pace? I wish you would knock it off, that's what I think. We don't have time to prepare. I think we're gonna have to find a way to stop him from running. As far as I can see, the only way to do that is to use the playground equipment. What? You know, the seesaw, the swing, those things. Precisely. Except there is one more piece of equipment to be exact. Stopping with the equipment, eh? Maybe I should rethink things here. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Fuck if I know. Okay. I can't look around while in ghost thing. Okay. Well, would you look at that? For sure a whole lot of round things around here. Oh boy, that means it's time for me, right? Oh boy. Harry's also around. Let's see, to use missiles power. Yeah. I did that, but it doesn't really fucking help. Okay. Yes, if I... mother shit. Kind of really fucking annoying to do this with the fucking circle pad. Make it open now. Of course not. Maybe this will be enough. It will be heavy enough to get me over there? I don't know. Mm. Ooh, that was so close. If it hit the ball, it could have knocked it down. Is that all this umbrella could be used for? For knocking down the rugby doll? Don't forget about my powers. And don't forget about my recklessness of youth. Okay. Couldn't really swap it with anything, could it? It's can't rock this, yeah. Look at this funny flattened ball. Yes, yes, I know, thank you. Look. I... Oh, Again, he'll shoot it up into the air. Maybe it'll land in there. I don't know. Really don't know. I think we'll have the same shape as this. That dude surely is flying. Can't even reach it now. So he's doing that. That goes there. Maybe the basketball was the right thing? I don't know. Cecil, did you see that? Did you see the seesaw? Yes, it really sent that little ball flying, didn't it? Such a pity. It's too bad it didn't hit the rugby ball and knock it down. Maybe it's a little too light to do that. Yeah, the basketball. Fuck my ass. Okay, let's do this again. Yes, yes. I fucking... Couldn't I just do the swap earlier? Like, I mean, couldn't I just from here and then swap it now? Or I guess I can't reach it, yeah. Won't let me reach it from this. Well, whatever. No fucking Christ. There we go. That was earlier, I believe. Like in one of the earlier puzzles in the junkyard. Ah, mother... Have to really... Wow, I so did not see that coming. Never thought the umbrella would catch the ball. Did you see that? The tree branch, it shook a little. I think I saw it shake too. If it only shook a little more, it would knock the terrible rugby ball down from this terrible tree. Maybe it just needs a little more weight. I'm sure we can do this, we just have to put our heads together. Everything looks good so far, we just need one more step. I'll make it rock anything, can I? Make it close. The umbrella won't close, will it? Ball must be in the way. Oh well, I guess we don't have to close it. Nothing I know where I can go with. Oh yeah, I see now. They want me to do. Alright. Yeah, I needed to swap that back and have tennis ball in there. I'm pretty sure I can't do it now. So I need to redo everything again. Yay! Oh. Well, whatever time is the charm or whatever. Okay, let's just get this a little bit quick. I remember why this thing was such a pain in the dick. Because of exactly this. You had to restart it like over and over again. Yes, thank you. Sure wish you would only show this the first time around and not every fucking time. Wait, actually, we don't need to do this. We need to keep... Ah, damn it! Like this. Couldn't have done that. I don't know why I hit it. The fact that the glow doesn't actually move positions with you is what's so often disorienting me and making me fail my timings. I thought like I had to like make the fucking tire in there to make it more, like, give it more of a spin or something, but I was thinking too far. There, we moved the ball. What do you think? With the ball there, I think I can do it. In just a few seconds, you'll swap Mino with the leaf, and then from there you can swap Mino one more time. Final moment is near, Missile. Are you ready? You bet! Okay, watch me, Sissel. Here I go. There, how's that? My head has been spared. Truly, that was a try worthy of the gods. And now Mino is right where he belongs. We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we? Now, nobody has to die. Except for one brave little somebody. Huh? I'm talking about you, Missile. Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I? Oh, now let's go back and save your life. Wait a minute. What is it? Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer. What? When I was alive, I couldn't even help Miss Camellia when she was in trouble. I want to be able to protect Miss Camellia, and to do that, I need these powers I have now. I see. Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that. Hey, we just saved you. Don't you wish your life away already? Oh, of course, you're right. Okay, miss, I'll have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth, there's a certain detective who needs that music box you found. When we get back to the present time, could you give it to her? Certainly, you have my word. Let's go back then to the present. Also, if we saved Missile, then Camellia would die, so you know. Ouch. I'm still a bit stiff in the back and stuff from my illness. And sitting like this at the computer for too long isn't doing me any good. Anyway, and so Camellia ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Len listened to my story without saying anything. I'm sorry, I wish there was something else I could have done. No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's alright after all. After all, she has me. Missile, are you in there? Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camellia to me. I know I don't look like much right now, but I'm sure I can help her. Missile. Miss Lynn. Goodbye. I'm going to leave it up to Missile. Kinda looks like Missile is being left up to the wind. Ooh! I have something to give you. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. Aren't you forgetting your promise? Oh, pardon me, pardon me. My apologies, this is for you. Oh. You kept the music box safe, didn't you? Thank you. Not at all, I was only doing what the Rock of the Gods would have wanted. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? He's mesmerized by the beauty. Hey, that's caught at that cat. The cat's not allowed to get your tongue. But it got mine. Excuse me, but are you... No, it couldn't be. Have we met before? Aren't you? Aren't you that little girl from that time? I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park. 10 years ago? What are you talking about? Here in this park, the gods surely control fate. Today, 10 years from that day, we meet once again. If that isn't the power of the gods, then what else is it? Could just be coincidence. But apparently you know our lady detective here. Could you tell us about it? About what happened 10 years ago? Yes, of course. I was actually about to do just that. What's this Rock of the Gods you keep mentioning? Don't you know? It's right there in front of us. Missile. Wait a minute, you say gods, but do you mean dogs? Of course not, don't be silly. This is no time for ridiculous word games. You're standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument. Monument? Rock of the Gods, Temsic Park. Rock of the Gods? A rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been there these 10 years. Ever since that day flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle. Miracle? So this rock you've been talking about is a meteorite? Precisely. It dropped from the sky on that day 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about it. Me? That day, I just happened to be passing through this park. I had no idea that day would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through the gloom, I heard the scream of a little girl. Now, just calm down and drop the weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and saw some shadowy figures. I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick it was painful. Just when I couldn't stand it any longer. That's when it happened. The sky suddenly burned bluish white. When it crashed into the ground, the meteorite gave off a shower of beautiful fragments. And then I saw it. One of those beautiful fragments pierced into the criminal's back. The judgment of the gods was brought down on the park that day. "10 years ago, the little girl that was you was saved by the Rock of the Gods." My, I can't believe it. Rock of the Gods was given the name Temsic, and still today, it lies sleeping deep into the park's earth. I never knew about this Temsic. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me. You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember. But that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused quite a stir. It's strange you never even heard of it, Lynn. It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened. I avoided the news and I never came back to this park again. That's why I didn't know anything about it. The meteorite was named Temsic after the name of this park that it fell in, and then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning the park into a housing site. I'll never forget the miracle I witnessed that day. And so I've taken up residence in this park and I'm trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. That is my mission. I see. Also, like, wouldn't that have shown up in forensics? Like, I know, Jowd believes he shot him, but, like, I would assume that a meteorite fragment piercing somebody's skull would leave quite different marks than a gunshot wound. So, you know, how does Jowd know that he didn't shoot the guy? I don't know. I'm taking you with me, Missile. So 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of the meteorite. I get that, but Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about this Temsic thing. Yeah, and if he knew, the man died that took his life. What was that confession of his all about? The Rock of the Gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destinies of many people's lives, like the ripples on a pond when a pebble is dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn about a new mystery. Will I be able to break the chain of mysteries before dawn? Anyway, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up again at the minister's office. Besides, there are a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd. We found the music box, Detective Jowd. Good job, Lynn. I knew you would. Once everything had been resolved, I had wanted you to give this to him. Him? You mean Inspector Cabanela, right? I don't suppose he'll ever forgive me. Detective Jowd. Now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know? See? How's that a knack? Looks more like a brute strength to me. Here you are. You should find scorch marks on the grip. Scorch marks? When Camellia built her contraption, she used a special kind of string. It's the kind magicians use. It burns up in an instant and disappears. Why would little Camellia use something like that? I don't know. Maybe because she's a detective's daughter? Not leaving any evidence behind and all that. In the case report, there was no mention of some scorch marks. When it happened, Camellia was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame run to the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find scorch marks behind it on the frame too. And those marks should match up with the ones on the gun. In other words, it proves the contraption existed there in that room that day. And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right? Exactly, some cowardly culprit modified the design. But that angle was never brought up in court. So, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point. I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd. Now we can finally prove that. Thank goodness. Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago. Cecil, if you hadn't come to my cell tonight, I would have been gone now, without ever having known any of this. This is what I deserve. That's what I told myself these past 5 years. But things are all different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have finally been opened. Tonight, I've come into contact with a lot of people's lives and got involved in their fates. And the only reason I was doing it was to regain my own lost memory. But things are different now. We're connected to each other somehow, I just know it. And that's why I need to ask you a few more questions, in order to find out the truth about us. Fair enough, fire away. Cecil told me all about it, Detective Jowd, about the manipulator. Yes, and it looks like this manipulator really did a number on the minister too. Ah! Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him. Ugh. Cecil, do you think that's what happened to me too? What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were manipulated too? There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it. That image of the one who shot me. But now I see the possibility of a new explanation. But who is it, and why did they do it? That contraption was a birthday surprise for Camellia's mother, wasn't it? That's right. Something's been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere. No surprise there. You lost your life once tonight because of that machine. Right? I knew it. See, Detective Jowd? No, I'm afraid I don't see. I told Detective Jowd about it. Told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place. It's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town. I've never even heard of the place. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about that contraption. You haven't? That old pitching guy. Who in the world is he? Detective Jowd, you must have heard this name before. Temsic. The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago. You were there. You found out about that, did you? I heard that meteorite saved little Lynn's life. That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day. But in that case, I don't get it. If it's true, doesn't it mean you didn't steal somebody's life away? What are you talking about? Detective John, you told me that 10 years ago, the person who killed that perpetrator in the park was you. What? But it was the meteorite. I wasn't lying. I stole that man's life away, no question about it. It was entirely my fault. I was just about to shoot him. I would have shot him in the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer. That's not true. You were trying to save me. Lynn, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's really it. Huh? On that day, 10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place. Another place? Yes, in the police headquarters interrogation room. The worst sort of incident. The suspect who was being questioned escaped. Wow, I didn't know about that. I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the chase. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park. Hold it right there. I fired a warning shot. I wanted to catch him bad. That warning shot made him panic. At the time, I was a young and green detective, brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. Made him panic and got you involved, Lynn. It was all my fault. Detective Jowd. All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn. So, the man who grabbed me died that day. These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate, my punishment for what I'd done. I painted pictures in my cell, nothing but portraits of people's faces. All the faces of the many people I'd met in my life and didn't want to forget. And tonight, I finished my last portrait, the final face I wanted to remember. Final face, the face of the man in the park that day. Wait just 1 minute, that can't be, I saw that painting. Saw the face you painted tonight. It was my face. Are you telling me I was the man in the park that day? That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole of the man who was pronounced dead at the scene. But hold on, Detective Jowd. Can't be true. I just met Cecil for the first time tonight. And he died right in front of me. Either way, the name that I know the man in the park that day by isn't Cecil. What? From the first minute I laid eyes on you tonight, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy? Mr. Minister. Inspector Cabanella, where are you? Just be quiet and listen. This is our demand. What? Demand? Our demand hasn't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage. What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanella? And you know it was my daughter who was abducted. Doesn't really matter who the hostage is. A life is a life. Even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for a call. What is it, Mr. Minister? You look paler than ever. What in the world? What's going on, Inspector Cabanella? The rock of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow ever longer. Inspector Cabanella's call proved that to us. And the greatest mystery of all has risen to the surface. Who is this me I've been chasing all night? Who am I? I'm even further from knowing that than when I started. Well then, how about that for some twists, eh? But that's enough tricking ghosts for tonight. Alright,